Peter Eyre is Middle East consultant, joining me now via Skype from London to share his comments with us. Mr. Eyre, thank you so much for being with us. First of all, the UN Human Rights Council starting to debate the situation in Bahrain. As we saw there in that report, Hillary Clinton saying very clearly that Bahrain is a valued ally for the United States. They've been giving their weapons to them, continuing with those sales. Do you think that the United Nations is going to bring that point up as well? Countries that are considered allies to Bahrain continuing to give them weapons and continuing to voice clear support for them?
I personally think the United Nations and the human rights organisations are nothing but lip service. They're non-effective. When they do carry out inquiries, it's almost a kangaroo court. You have to understand that all the backdrop to all the unrest in the Middle East, including Bahrain in particular, is instrumental to and funded by the Zionist-backed New World Order. A lot of people don't want to talk about the New World Order, but every other leader, past and present, talks about it. So bring it out into the open. This is a real situation, an organization in existence that's annihilating most of the countries in the world, in particular a focus on Islamic countries. And Bahrain becomes part of that. And the integration of Bahrain into Saudi is evidence that the Zionist, American, British-backed organizations are pulling in what you could look at or call the United States of the Middle East. That's also happening in Europe at the moment. So, unfortunately, on the horizon, there's another financial tsunami. So we're looking at another potential Arab Spring that will just add fuel to the existing deteriorating situation. There is no human rights organization that really does represent the people that are suffering. Palestine is typical of that, and Gaza in particular, and Bahrain will just become another victim to the situation.
You referred there to the plan announced by Saudi Arabia, Peter, of, as you say, the United States of the Middle East being created, in your words. Well, of course, the merger between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia has been supported from the Bahraini regime itself, but of course not by the people who are in it. So basically, first of all, do you believe that this is a move that has been supported or even led by the United States? And do you think that despite the opposition inside of Bahrain, it's going to happen?
Yes, you put an emphasis there on the U.S., but of course we come back to the Zionist control manipulation of the entire Middle East at the moment. So if we focus on Israel as being instrumental in being behind this, and when we talk about the true axis of evil, we must come back to here in London, because the Zionist mechanism, the New World Order mechanism, is based in London. And so London pulled the strings of the US, and also Israel, of course, are part of that. So Israel's behind this. Bahrain will always be a victim. It will lose its sovereignty. It's a major American base. And everyone has to toe the line, because if they don't, then obviously they'll kick out the US Fifth Fleet, and that would be a disaster for the Western-orientated way of thinking.
So quickly, before we leave you, what are your hopes then for the revolutionaries in Bahrain?
Well, you've got to continue coming out in mass. Unfortunately, you've got to try and do this peacefully, because they want you to be disruptive. If they're disruptive, then it will become a police state, and there's no future for them at all. And one would hope that the rest of the world would rally behind them. Palestine know this. They've been at it for years. And unfortunately, Bahrain is going to suffer a lot more, especially with this downturn on the economy, which is on the horizon right now.
Peter Eyre, Middle East consultant, joining us there via Skype from London. Thank you very much, Mr. Eyre.
Thank you.